Greetings. This video is providing you with a few pointers on how to be successful learning in an online environment. Even though the material that you cover in a face-to-face class is the same as an online class and vice versa, the challenges that you face in an online class is you don't have classmates to interact with, a teacher that you see on a regular basis face-to-face, and also a lot of the things that are sort of taken for granted in a face-to-face context, you have to do very purposefully in an online class. So an online class really requires the students to do a lot more work to be successful, even though the course content and the requirements are basically the same. How we handle that online environment is a bit more challenging. So many of you have experience with online classes, so this should be, old hat for you, but others of you may not have had any experience with an online class. So this video gives you some pointers to think about as you proceed through the class and try to do your best to be successful.
As for course expectations, there's a number of things. First of all, you need to participate. Participate in discussion groups, participate with questions where appropriate, do your work, do it on time, all those things that one would expect. Obviously, in an online class, it's a bit more challenging on the one hand and easier in other ways. Easier because it gives you some flexibility to do all this work on your own, yet it's not easy in that the work is going to be easier. The work is still challenging. You're still expected to work in groups. You're still expected to engage in conversations that one would normally have if you were face-to-face in the classroom. Those expectations don't go away. We really do need to make sure that people are engaged with the material and that you're getting what I would consider an equivalent experience to what would be in a face-to-face context. With the online class, as it says there in the middle, you'll get out of it what you put into it. If you put in the time, if you make the efforts, if you get the assignments in and you engage in the discussions, you're going to learn an enormous amount of stuff. If you can't do that, then the bottom line is you control your learning experience and you'll make it what you want it to be or what you don't want it to be. So it's kind of up to you. I would recommend, given that we're online, if it's possible, get to know your classmates face-to-face. If you can meet face-to-face when possible, this will help you create a better sense of connection to your teammates and your community. So I don't have any online, any face-to-face time scheduled for this class this term. I may choose to go back to that in the future, but for now I'm going to work on trying to see what we can do with this class in a fully online environment and see where we go from there. So if you have the time, make the effort to get to meet the other people in the classroom, even if it's just your team members. You'll get a lot of benefit from that, I believe. I like this slide because it gives a really good comparison and a contrasting effect between a traditional face-to-face class versus e-learning and what the expectations are. And it's important for you to recognize that in an e-learning environment, you are responsible for your education. I provide the context, I provide the tools, but you have to do the work, which is not easy. So a lot of people go into an online class with this expectation, oh, it'll be a piece of cake, but the work is more complex because you don't have that dedicated 3 hours once a week where you'll be together and you'll be talking in class and going over case studies and things like that. These are things you're going to have to really do on your own. Yes, it's more flexible, but it's not less work, just so we're clear. But I like the way this compares and contrasts, so please take some time to review that so you really have a good understanding of what to expect in this online environment. One of the most important things in teaching in an online environment is creating community. One of the things we lose in a face-to-face context is personal interaction, nonverbals, and a big part of communication is based on nonverbal body language and tone and things like that. So we have to make extra efforts to create a community and a connection with all the members of the class. So one of the things I'm going to ask you guys to do is to create a video just like this, whether it's in PowerPoint and annotated PowerPoint slide, or if you want to create your own movie or video, that's fine too. But the goal here is finding a way that we can get to know each other better. So whatever medium you choose to use is all on your own, but we'd love to hear your voice and we'd love to get to know a little bit about you. So that's how I'm going to know the learner. It's also really important to recognize that when we're in an online environment, it's a lean communication medium. We miss some of those verbal cues that we may not get when someone is upset or when someone is being sarcastic. So we have to be aware that there can be mistakes in communication that happens, and we have to honor that there may be people are in different emotional places. So let's be civil, let's be courteous to each other, let's make sure that we don't engage in any kind of flaming and inappropriate online behaviors. You'll have very clear guidelines on the discussion boards and what is to be expected there.
Because this course is self-paced, timing is less relevant. You control your own timing, but that also means you need to take extra special care to make sure you're getting things done on a timely basis so that you can complete all the course requirements before the end of the 5-week summer term. So I have set up a guideline at the end of the syllabus that tells you approximately when you should be addressing certain kinds of materials. If you're a little bit late, there's no punishment other than you have less time to complete the assignments as you would normally have. So pay attention to the schedule. I'll send out reminders to make sure that you are keeping at a good pace to address all the course content.
So you have your syllabus that has all sorts of information in it for you, and your Blackboard shell is going to be your home for the next
5 weeks.
So let's make sure we're working together, we're communicating, and having fun and making things work. So I look forward to leading you guys through this class and hearing what you have to say, and hopefully you'll enjoy what I have to say as well. So look forward to seeing you soon and meeting you soon.